Hello. We're going to look at tidying up this piece of code that we started doing in the last video. So at the moment, we hadn't run any tests, had we? So first of all, let's get it tidied up, and then we'll start doing a few more tests. So it says enter a multiplication table. So 2 times table and a range. We're going to start from 3, and we're going to go to 7, and then it comes up with the results. Now, the results aren't very clear, so let's get that sorted out first. So it's going to display the result. Right, this is the bit that I'm looking for. So this is relating to this part over here. So it starts off with the table. So if I do something like times table, is, and then put a space in there, and 4, right? Okay, so I think that bit's going to be okay, but down here we want to be sure that we're getting the right numbers. So it has here display the result, and so we want to put something in there, and I think it should be the start of the range, and we have a multiplication sign in there, and then we have a table, and then we have, it's going to need a space either side of that. This is going to be a space either side equals the result. Now that's going to be better. Also, what else could we do? What did we learn in the past videos? These zeros, they could be suppressed, and they could be suppressed up here as well, couldn't they? So if I go up here, how did we do that? How do we suppress the leading zeros? Put a Z in. Now let's see what that does. So if I run this again, between 1 and 12, let's put 5 in there this time. And we enter a start range, and we'll do 4, and we'll go up to 9. Oops. And we'll go up to 9. And it hasn't suppressed the zeros, has it? So why has it not done that? Why did it not suppress the zeros? Because I didn't compile it. Right, so if I compile this, X, and then it was let's do that. And I've done that wrong. Now let's do that. And now it's saying that we have some problems. Now where are the problems? Here we've got error 45 start of range is not numerical value. So we go down to 45. So these Zs, they don't really seem to have worked out very well. If I take the Zs out, and then I compile it again. It compiles okay. Right, so we can see down here that the rest has changed, but it's not suppressing the leading zeros, and I'm wondering why that is. It's cleared out. Let's see if the result will allow us it did look as if it was compiled. And so we've got to put in, this time we're going to do 7 times table. And we're going to do between 3 and 8. So it allows us to suppress the zeros when the value is being displayed. But if it's being used as a numerical value, then it will not. So what we would have to do is move those values into a different variable. So the way to do that would be, if we make a copy of this, pop this down here, of range, start no leading zero. I know it's rather long, but so that we understand what it is, we're going to put that as a Z. Then we have to table. I'm going to pop that down there, and we'll do the same. There, we'll call it table no leading zero, and we'll make that a Z. Now we're going to have to use them. Once this is accepted in here, we want to move these values into these variables. How are we going to do that? Let's see if we can do move here. A table to table leading zero. Let's see if it'll let us do that. Would it keep this variable, or will it destroy it? That's what I want to find out. So if I take a copy of this, that in there, and so we do start. To this one. Zero, and we're going to have to put the full stops after that. Now we've made those slight changes. Let's recompile and see what happens. And it does seem to have worked. Oh no, it hasn't. Yeah, what did I do there? Let's try this again. Now, I want to compile it, and it's compiled. It's compiled there. That's good news. Okay, so if we move on to like the next bit down here, we don't want it to display the start of range. We want it to display start with no leading zeros, and the other one was table no leading zeros, wasn't it? Okay, so we've saved that. Now we're going to compile this again. We're going to see if that works, and it did. But will it destroy the original variables? And we're going to test. Please enter only integers between 1 and 12. Okay, so we're going to start off with a times table. We're going to do 7. Enter a starting range. We're going to go 3. And then we're going to go 9. And we're going to see, and it has worked. It has worked here. We could put those variables into another place, but we've moved them into there. But it's made a copy. It doesn't seem to have destroyed it. It seems to have just made a copy. So I just start. I'm going to put that one up there. Let me paste that one in. And we paste that one in. Is this led over the edge there? It does look as if it's led over the edge, doesn't it? So if we take this and come down here, I take that and come down here. There should be just one of them with a leading zero. So let's do the compile, and that works. And we do the run, and that works. So we're going to do 2 this time, and then I'm going to go from 7, and I'm going to go to 10. And it does the numbers. And I cheated there, really, haven't I? It's come up 10, so 10 wouldn't have a leading zero. So let's look at that one anyway. And what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take something like this, copy, bring that down, and then we're going to take end of range, pop that in there and paste. And we'll make this one end. And we'll have to create a new variable for it. Okay, so we do that. And let's do clear. And now what are we going to do? We're going to have to compile. And that's fine. And then we run, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. And this time we're going to do the 8 times table. And we're going to start from 2. And we're going to go all the way up to 8. And it has not changed. Why did it not change? Move end of range to end no leading zero. End no leading zero. So why has that not been suppressed? Because I didn't put it in the right place. I didn't make a copy of this, and then I need to go to here, end of range, and then paste that in there, and then go through all of the process again. And then so we did, what did we do? We did 8, and we went from 2 to 8. And now it does it. It's removed the zeros. So that's what we have to do. It's like we have to move things around and juggle things around, and we have to remember that if something is having a mathematical, if it's being used in a mathematical equation, we can't suppress the leading zeros. We can suppress the leading zeros in the result. Now that is tidied up a bit. If I clear this, now we can start looking at some tests. So if I do a test and we run it, now if I put in 0 multiplication, what's it going to do? It's asking for a start range. So what did we say in our program for it to do? Check input. If table is less than 1 or greater than 12, it should say this, but it's not. It's gone straight onto this. Perhaps it's not going to do any of this until it's finished this paragraph. Maybe we need to put these in different paragraphs. Let's continue with what it says anyway. So enter start of range. So if I do a range of, let's do 8. And it's still asking us to enter the end of range. So if I do 2, that should really mess it up. Now it says, error, please enter a legal integer. Enter a times table between 1 and 12, which is what we would expect. So like, okay, let's put in 2. And now it says, error, please enter a legal integer greater than 8 and 12 or less. It looks as if we're going to have to put them into different paragraphs if we want it to do these particular things. What should we do? Up here we've already got like check input. So what could we do to make it go to without using go to? I think we just have to give them different names, and I think that would be the easiest thing to do. So we do check input 1, and then we go check input 2, and we're going to have to change that down here too, and up here, and then here we put as check input 3, and we change that down there. So save that bit for now. Now up here we need to change this, don't we? So we need to change that to 1. And now if I do perform free. Right, now, I wonder if it'll work now. So if I go back over to here and I do the compile, we're going to compile it. And it seems to have compiled okay. So now if I go to the run and it asks us, please use integers only. Let's zoom it in over here so we can see a bit better. So if I put in 0, what does it say? It says enter start of range. So it's still doing it, even though we have put in these paragraphs. So what could be the problem? I think we'll have to do that in another video.